Welcome to the Cloud series. My name is Anna, the Microsoft Sappy voice, and I will voice this presentation for you today. This presentation is about Git, the distributed version control system, as opposed to CVS or concurrent version system. Git is a free distributed software under the new GPL2 license. Git is reported to have 36% market adoption as of 2013. Github is a cloud-based implementation of Git that handles the versioning of sources in a collaborative way over the net. Github is free of charge for managing public projects but requires a fee for a private project. Mary and Bob are two programmers on the same project. Each of them work in Eclipse, an integrated development environment that supports Git. Mary is currently working on the Dynam001 project. We see here the contents of this project in the Package Explorer view of Eclipse. At some point Mary decides she should keep track of her changes and put the project under Git control locally for her own convenience. This can be done easily with a right-click on the project's name, then select Team from the contextual menu, then Share Project. Eclipse supports both CVS and Git control systems. Mary chooses Git and click Next. Mary wants to keep this project controlled separately, so she clicks on the Create button in order to create the new repository. She gives the new repository the same name as the project, and the new repository will be stored in the Git folder where she already has other repositories. The dialog now shows the new repository name and location, as well as the location of the project being now under Git supervision. After the dialog terminates, the project's decoration in the Explorer is modified to show the project is now watched. Still, Mary must decide when she thinks her changes are worth saving them to the Git system. She right-clicks the project's name and select the team entry again. Because the project is under Git control, it shows a number of new commands. One of these is commit. The commit dialog shows in the bottom part of the window the changes in the project since the last save. Mary enters a line of comment that indicates this is the first save for this project and clicks the commit button. Again, the decoration for this project has been modified and it shows the master exists in the Git system for this project. Mary would like Bob to work on the Dynam001 project while she works on another task. So she decides to share the project with Bob on Github, where they both have an account. She first goes to the Github web page and signs in. Mary creates a public remote repository in Github for her project. In the resulting display, Github shows a URI in the form https://github.com/user/repository-name.git. Mary copies this URI to the clipboard as she will need it to send her project to Github. Last, she synchronizes her local and remote repositories by selecting the Push action from the Team Remote menu. The Push dialog first needs to know the remote repository location. This is where the URI to the Github repository should be copied from the clipboard. As Git supports developments in parallel, there might be several versions of the project. In this simple setup there is only one version, the master, and Git is asked to update the master in the remote location from the local one. By clicking the plus aspect button, the request gets inserted in the list in the bottom part of the window. One or several requests can be specified for a single push. The click on the Finish button triggers the action. After a few seconds, Eclipse displays a message box with the confirmation that the push command was successful. Mary clicks OK to terminate the dialog. Mary only needs to inform Bob she has made the project now available to him. Dear Bob, You'll find dynam001 in Github. When you are done, simply push your changes to Github. Have fun. Thanks, Mary. Bob has received Mary's request and must install the project in his own Eclipse environment. To create this new project, Bob selects Import from the File menu. In the Import wizard, Bob chooses Git, Projects from Git and clicks Next. Then Bob indicates the repository source is an URI location on the web. Bob now enters the URI that Mary gave him. Alternatively, Bob might have been to Github and copied the URI to his clipboard. Github responds by sending the list of branches that are available. The list only contains the master branch, which is exactly what Mary told Bob she had stored. In the next window, Bob can choose where the project will be stored on the local unit. Finally, Bob indicates he is importing an existing project. In this last window, all is needed is click OK in order to start downloading the project. As a result, the same project now shows in Bob's Project Explorer. It has the indication next to the project's name of the repository this project has been installed into. When Bob is satisfied with his changes, he commits them to his Git repository locally. With the same method Mary used, Bob finally pushes his changes to the remote location. After a few moments, Eclipse will show the confirmation panel that the push executed successfully. Bob is now finished and he informs Mary she can take over. Dear Mary, I have made the changes you requested and pushed them to Github. Thanks, Bob. Mary has received the notification that the up-to-date level of the project is ready. In order to download the modified sources to her workstation, she right-clicks the project, selects Team, then Remote and finally the Fetch From menu. This starts the Fetch From dialog. She only needs to enter the remote repository location and credentials for the Github account. In the second window, she specifies the reference to fetch from Github. In this simple setup there is only one, the master. She clicks the plus aspect button in order to add a request to the list in the bottom part of the window. Note the Force Update box must be ticked on. The dialog is now ready to perform the fetch request when the Finish button is clicked on. Here's the result of the fetch command. The confirmation window shows the master has been fetched as requested and also the date of the last commit. At this point the up-to-date sources are not yet available. Mary needs to synchronize her workspace with the local repository. She expands one more time the Team menu and finds the Synchronize Workspace entry. This opens the Team Synchronize view with the lists of all sources that are available for synchronization. Mary can overwrite her project completely with the level that has been downloaded from Github, or overwrite each source one by one. As the project is very simple, she chooses a complete overwrite. Before proceeding, Eclipse asks for a confirmation of the overwrite action. Thank you for attending this session. This Mary and Bob scenario illustrates how Git, a control version system, was ported to the cloud in order to allow a team of developers to work collaboratively over the web. Github is a good example of a PAAS, a platform as a service environment.